Coach, I don't know, 10, 11 years ago, did you envision you'd be coming out on the road and you'd be the elder statesman, like in the UT athletic department, representing Big Orange Nation and these things?
I'm not sure I'm the elder statesman, am I? Well, it's good to be back here. It really is. The first time I came through here was, probably 10, 9, whatever, when we came to see John Fulkerson the first time too, and that was one of the first things that popped up. And when I think of Kingsport, this part of the country, obviously that comes to mind, but also getting Jacobe Gillespie now from East Tennessee, it's been great. And but it's this fan base here, we talk about it all the time. We've got the best fan base, and these people that show up here every year they're the true diehards. They really are.
Coach, what is it about Jacobe in particular when you guys were able to get him that excites you most about what he can bring to this program?
Well, obviously, even a year ago when he went into the portal, we would have loved to have had a shot at him, but with Zakai coming back, certainly we knew that he was looking for a chance to play more than that. But this year when he went in the portal, there was no question he was the very first person we wanted to come in. And after getting to know he and his family, it's just a true blessing, to be honest with you, to have him back here. And I know he's excited, but we're probably more excited. And the fact that he's going to play a significant role, a very major part of what we're going to do next year, and we're excited about it.
With the opening on your staff, what are you looking for from whoever you bring in?
Just someone that's mature, someone that's again, that's been in the business, understand the business, and we honestly we have someone that we've popped up right away, and we're in the process of trying to get that done. And if we could, it would be a great hire for us because of his experience and the fact that he really handles himself in a great way and would represent us in a great way.
When you had to fill all these spots in the roster this year with only 4 returning players, did you expect to have more high schoolers from the transfer portal guys to fill those needs?
Well, one thing about the transfer portal, if you live in it all the time, if that's how you're going to do it, you had to believe at some point in time you might miss a little bit. If you do that, if you don't have anybody in the program to fall back on, it's not a good feeling, I wouldn't think. And so we've always believed in the process that we have, and we're going to continue to recruit high school players. Some people say they won't, we will. We really believe one of the great accomplishments in the offseason was the fact that we lost no one to the portal. And we believe that those guys, every one of them, will play a major role in what we do next year. We'll never stop recruiting high school players because that's what we've been able to do for a long time and have success with it. So we're excited about our high school guys, and then we look at the portal as a way to fill in, what we need there. And we're excited about what we got there, and certainly we knew our first 2 objectives would be to get a post player that's different than what we had. Jacobe obviously was the number 1 target there. Jalen actually became the number 1 target there for us, and then we knew he wanted to be real careful in terms of the next guard position we filled, and excited about that with Amari Abrams.
Coach, we hadn't really seen you since Nate became official. What does it say about the program to go head to head with the programs you went and land him, about the success you've had here?
Well, I do think it speaks volumes about Nate. Again, a great job to our staff with Coach Gainey and Coach Belinsky in particular being the ones that really worked it hard. But Coach Gainey being up there but having a chance to get Nate is I could talk about him all day as a basketball player, but it's the entire package. Who he is as a person, I think far outweighs that. The way he handles himself, he's a very humble young man. He's a guy that highly competitive, and he really knows how to play basketball. He knows how to do it. He's I don't know whether he's in an all-star game or playing AAU or playing with his high school team, he's going to play the right way. But I do think it's again, we've worked hard for a long time to be able to land a guy like that, and it's a great blessing for us, and we're thankful for it.
Is there some kind of a pressure or a burden that comes on a guy who's a 5-star, who has that designation that he has to work through?
Well, I don't know if there's a pressure or burden on him. I think there's, with what we do, it's a performance related profession we're in, and Nate's a terrific player. If anybody I know, and you do, I guess, wonder at times how they're going to handle it, because there's a lot of guys that do well before the lights are turned on at the brightest volume. But that's what we loved about Nate, his maturity, his humility. He through the entire recruiting process, his questions were always all about team. What do we need to do to win? What are we looking for all the way around? And I thought he was well thought out. Everyone around him, same thing. But I think that once you get going, I mean, those early season jitters maybe, get going, but he'll work through that if that's who you're asking for in particular. But he's got high expectations too, and we all do. And so with that, sometimes those expectations sometimes can lead to disappointments. But as long as you're working hard every day to do the best you can, there's going to be a lot more good days.
Coach, obviously Jacobe coming in, John before him. Just what about this area in terms of basketball talent are you looking for whenever, obviously each cycle is a little bit different, but type of player, type of character you're looking when you come into Northeast Tennessee area?
Well, we've built our program really based on high character people and guys that are very team oriented, guys that are hard workers, and everyone has a culture and people talk about that, but we feel like we know what we're looking for, and we've been able to attract people, I think, that really want to be at the University of Tennessee. And that's the first thing. As much as we want someone, we want them to want to be there as much as we want them there. And that's as you travel around this state, I don't know how you can grow up in this state and not be a huge Tennessee fan, because our fan base is the best in the country, and not want to be a part of the excitement that's going on campus right now. I mean, it's incredible where it's all inclusive, where every team is given the resources to compete at the highest level, which they are. And but this part of the state's been good to us, and we'll always do our very best to keep the very best players at home, and hopefully want to be Tennessee Volunteers.
Coach, in the current era, you've seen the veterans, the transfers make such a huge impact. What is it about Nate that makes you feel like he can be so impactful as a young player?
Again, I go back to humility, because what I mean by that is it's not just him. He has a great understanding of the game. He knows how to play. I watched him even in the minutes he played in All-Star games, where he could have kept the ball, come down the floor, and just shot it, make some kind of move. But every time he came down the floor, he made the right play. And so he knows how to play. I think he's highly mature. People are going to look at his frame, and he'll continue to grow into his frame in time, certainly. But he's stronger than you think. He's a high-level competitor. He sees the game. And he's got a variety of shots. He knows how. I mean, from the first time I saw him play, people always tried to be physical with him. It didn't bother him one bit. And he's not afraid to, in his own way, be physical. But what I love about him is his IQ. Love the fact, and again, the best word I can use is his humility, because I don't think you can become great unless you understand humility. And that means he's someone that he already knows how to play, but he wants to learn every day. He wants to continue to get better. Great respect for his teammates and people around him. And he's got an incredible family, incredible support system. And he's just the kind of guy that you're willing to say, hey, this is the one that you want to see him have a chance to live up to all of his God-given ability. And he would tell you that he has been blessed that way. And he can play anywhere on the court, and we plan on using him that way.
Last one, if there's one more. All right, thanks, Coach.